Thank you for coming to our session. The title of our presentation is The Acquisition of Suprasegmentals in L2 English. The presenters are Yuko Koike and Akiko Chamberlain. First, let's look at the background of this study. In the era of globalization, more attention has been paid to oral communication. There has been renewed interest in L2 pronunciation and more attention has been paid to it. However, little guidance concerning L2 pronunciation is available and teachers have limited training in pronunciation. Our presentation will be addressed as follows. The suprasegmental features of English and differences between L1 and English should be explicitly taught to Japanese learners of English, given the fact L1 transfer occurs frequently in phonological acquisition. We conducted research on how well college-level Japanese students acquire suprasegmental features of English pronunciation through explicit instruction. And also, we conducted the test to see how much Japanese college students understand English pronunciation. First, let's look at students' attitude towards pronunciation. Many students have a desire to achieve native-like pronunciation, and also a number of students wish to have more opportunities to learn pronunciation. Let's look at the current situation of pronunciation education in Japan. English pronunciation has not received much attention in school curricula, and few teachers had training in teaching pronunciation in Japan. Also, teachers are lacking in confidence and express discomfort about teaching pronunciation. Let's look at the importance of suprasegmental in intelligibility. Suprasegmental features play an important role in intelligibility of pronunciation. And also, suprasegmental errors appear to affect intelligibility more than phonetic errors. Therefore, it's very important for students to learn suprasegmental features. Next, let's look at the roles of explicit instruction. Especially for adult learners, explicit teaching or learning can raise awareness of linguistic features and enhance learning efficiently in L2 acquisition. The natural L2 situation may favor children. On the other hand, formal learning, which requires sophisticated understanding and reasoning, is suitable for adult learners. Why is explicit instruction in the area of pronunciation teaching important? The influence of the L1 is usually observed in the area of phonology, and L1 transfer is prevalent. Therefore, attention may be necessary if adult L2 learners are to acquire linguistic features that are not present in L1. Darwin and Monroe claimed that phonological forms should be explicitly taught to students so as they can notice the differences between native speakers' pronunciation and their own. Explicit instruction can enhance learners' level of awareness of their own phonological acquisition process and their own pronunciation patterns and problems.
Next, we'll talk about the suprasegmental characteristics of Japanese. There are four major characteristics. The first one is syllable structure and molar. A molar is a unit of syllable weight, and Japanese syllables can be divided into molai. The types of molai are listed here, but more than 60% of possible molai are of the CV type. The examples of one-molar words are e, ki, cha. Two-molar words, eki and kaki. Three-molar words, enki and kanki, having a nasal coda, and kaki having a geminate consonant. If you know Japanese kana writing system, each mora corresponds to each hiragana and katakana letter. The influence of moraic structure is observed in loan words, as seen in these examples: drive, strike, lens, emblem. Thus, Japanese L2 learners of English are likely to make similar epenthesis errors. The next characteristic is mora-timed rhythm. English is known to be a stress-timed language, where stressed syllables recur at roughly regular intervals. On the other hand, Japanese is a mora-timed language, where each mora is of similar duration. Thus, Japanese learners of English may fail to control duration, that is, stressed versus unstressed syllable duration. Next, pitch accent. Japanese pitch accent is similar to English stress in that it can distinguish words such as hashi and hashi. However, there are some differences between English stress and Japanese pitch accent. In English, stressed syllables are prominent in pitch, length, and loudness. However, in Japanese, accented morai are prominent only in pitch. All morai have similar length and loudness. Also, in English, stressed vowels have a distinct quality, but unstressed vowels are reduced. On the other hand, Japanese pitch accent does not affect vowel quality. Therefore, for Japanese L2 learners of English, it is difficult to make stressed syllables longer and louder. They also may fail to reduce vowels in English. Next, vowels. Japanese has only 5 vowels: I, E, A, O, U. No lax vowels, no diphthongs. Because of this, Japanese L2 learners may fail to reduce English vowels, leading to the insufficient contrast between stressed and unstressed syllables in English. Also, Japanese learners may pronounce English diphthongs as a sequence of 2 separate vowels, affecting duration. Based on this, we first checked how much Japanese college students understand English pronunciation, especially reduced sounds. The student chose a sound that is different from the given reduced vowel sound. The correct answers are all stressed and not reduced. However, many students didn't choose these sounds. They didn't seem to understand the stressed versus unstressed vowel distinction. Based on this, we are currently giving explicit suprasegmental instruction to these Japanese college students. This is now in progress. The students are taking a 15-week college English course, meeting once a week. About 20 minutes of classroom or online instruction is given to the students each time. Instructional materials include a study guide and handouts for pronunciation practice created by Koike in 2014. With the study guide, students learn the suprasegmental characteristics of English contrasted with those of Japanese. The contents are listed here: English and Japanese syllable structures, English stress versus Japanese pitch accent. English sentence stress. English rhythm versus Japanese rhythm. Reduced words and linking. And before the instruction started, each student's pronunciation was recorded for evaluating intelligibility by native speakers. And this will be compared with the pronunciation after the 15-week instruction. These are diagnostic sentences, 10 short sentences, and a short passage. Each student read these sentences and recorded his pronunciation for evaluation. Next, we'd like to show you some parts of the study guide here. We use minimal number of technical terms and basic vocabulary to avoid interfering with comprehension. Also, we created both English and Japanese versions of the study guide. Teachers may use either one, depending on their students' proficiency levels. Students can use the guide inside and outside the classroom. The first topic is syllable structures. Students compare English and Japanese syllable structures and find the difference between these two languages. And this is the Japanese version. In this topic, students also examine the syllable structure of loanwords from English and find what changes happened. In Japanese version. The next topic is English stress versus Japanese pitch accent. Students will learn the characteristics of English stress contrasted with those of Japanese pitch accent. They will learn the similarities and differences between these two suprasegmental characteristics. This is Japanese version of English stress versus Japanese pitch accent. The next topic is sentence stress. Students will learn that words in sentences are divided into stressed words and unstressed words. Students also understand the distinction between content words and function words. They also examine the words and find the answer to the question, why content words are stressed? And this is Japanese version. Next, English rhythm versus Japanese rhythm. Students will learn the difference between two languages' rhythmic structures. When you talk about Japanese more timed rhythm, you might want to use the words kana instead of mora because it might be easier for them to understand it. And Japanese version. The last topic is linking. Students will learn what linking and how and where this linking happens. Students will also try to find some examples from Japanese language and discuss why this linking happens in some languages. And this is Japanese version.
Conclusions and implications. The following are findings from our study, although it is still ongoing. L1 transfer is prominent in phonology. Therefore, Japanese phonological features should be considered. Suprasegmental play a role in intelligibility. Explicit instruction is effective in improving adult L2 learners' language skills, as it raises attention and awareness. The instruction may be used for learners having different language backgrounds. Thank you for listening.